Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be testing out some stuff with the new update since it finally dropped. I've done a little bit of testing already. I did slight messing around with this thing. This thing makes no sense. I mean, it makes sense, but on servos, this thing makes no sense. It doesn't make sense with a lot of things. So if I just hook this in, right, should work. Alright, also another weird thing about this is it's backwards, so kinda gotta just do a -1 input if you want it to really work. Okay, I'm gonna do 360. And there we go, we have a aiming sensor that can kind of turn a turret. Yeah, I say kind of because this thing isn't very good with servos. I honestly don't know why, but it just creates this feedback loop you've been seeing, and it sucks. I'll probably use the aiming servo in the future, but for now, it's kind of just sucky. It's not very great for servos, which my original plan when I saw this block come out was I was going to use these two blocks combined, because overall this is 6 complexity, where an aiming servo, if I'm still right, should be 10 complexity. And you can check now if you just save your item, there's a new complexity thing. Oh, and they actually reduced it, so now it's 7 complexity. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, you can literally just look at how complex things are. That should mean some of my tanks are cheaper. Hold on. I know this thing's pretty well max complexity. Where is it in my saves? 699. Okay, maybe not. I don't know. But we also got new wedges. And more wedges. A big wedge. And we finally got some more corner wedges. I don't need that. But we got wedges. We got the 1x4 now. And we got this. So we can do transitions. We got in literally about every size you could ask for. Actually, no, we did get in every size you could ask for. We got small, big, or small, plus small, and medium, and big. So that's nice. Do transitions for everything. Let's see. We also got this rounded wedge corner, which is pretty sweet. I might use that eventually. And we got cylinders, which are cylinders. I don't think we got any other wedges other than that. And then we got a handful of panels, which make me happy. We got the 1x3 long, the 1x4 long, and still the 1x2 long. So that's pretty cool. And now we have a 2x3, which I've been wanting for a while just because it's nice sometimes. Because I don't need the 1x4 all the time. Now we got that. We also got a 45°, almost a square. A tiny rounded, and a big rounded. So that's pretty handy. And if you didn't notice, tubes. Now, instead of just this for like all sides on tubes, you can now, on the flat side with no connections, you can have green aerodynamics. I don't know what the exact aerodynamic is, if it's good or bad, but we got green at least, so tubes are gonna not be as bad. Yeah, I think that's everything we got. So, what I'm gonna do is, I don't really feel like building a new vehicle right now, with all these fancy blocks, because I probably won't. But I do want to see if all the shields perform the same against like machine gun fire. So I'm gonna build a test rig real quick. This should do. Put a gun here. And then we'll just start with a 2x2. One of the original. Oh gosh, I forgot to see. Alright, one of the original panels. That. Okay. Okay, so the original panel took 15 shots. I'm gonna move this closer. Okay, so that took 15 shots. And all the original panels should take the exact same, so now let's try a 1x3. Wait, that take 14? That's 14. Okay, we're gonna retest the 2x2 then. Okay, so it's 14, never mind, I'm done. Alright, let's test the 2x3. Okay, I went way too fast. Alright, at least they're consistent. Okay, what am I doing? There we go. Alright, 14. And now the tiniest. Alright, so they all take 14, so if you technically want to armor up your vehicle the most, with panels at least, just spam these all over, since they all take 14 shots, because the more you have the better. You can just tank more. So that's pretty cool. I'm kind of surprised that all of them have the exact same durability. Now I'm gonna test a cannon shot just for funnies. Okay, I think mostly that failed because of this stuff, but whatever. That should protect from one cannon pretty well. Also, because the new wedges have less actual block. Oh yeah, actually, oh yeah, I forgot. We also got the 1x2 quarter cone thing. That's nice. But if you look, the weight of this 1x4, which is 0.22 kilograms, and if you look at this one, which is 0.32. So they probably have the exact same drag coefficient, but this one's lighter, which means for going fast and other things, you want to use the new sharp angle thing just because it is actually lighter. So thank you for Trailmakers for actually doing that. And another thing, which I would like to please get fixed so dearly, is if you stack a handful of these wedges, there's a giant seam that is very noticeable. And if you compare it to one of the older blocks, the seam doesn't feel as noticeable. And that's because if we look right here, I believe. I remember though, I was looking at this earlier, I'm pretty sure this one, the block like sticks out farther, you can kind of tell. And it has a deeper gap, it's pretty minor. But it's with these blocks these new blocks, because like if you stack these, this doesn't look near as bad. I mean, it still looks pretty bad, but the wedges they feel terrible with their seams, and it's probably because they're all 1x1s. But there's a few blocks that, like, if you go over, I think it's some of these even. Oh gosh. Like, if you take these wedges together, there's like no seam. See, the seam is pretty well non-existent. Okay, so these also 1x4s, and they're sticking up higher than the actual wedge. Thanks, Trailmakers. More things that I'll never unsee. And the tips don't even go to the edge of the block because the wedges, like, angle right there, so yay. You'll never be able to unsee that now. You're welcome. I don't think I have anything else to talk about in this update, really. I mean, actually, with this new servo, if you didn't know, it works, without a C. It just, like, always follows your camera. That's pretty cool. And in build mode, you can see it rotating and doing its thing. But you can, with these, I'm pretty sure, make a simple AGM that doesn't need that much logic. You know, I'll do that. I'll build an ATGM real quick with the new blocks, because I don't think it should be too difficult. So we just need those gyros, some thrust, and a quantum rudder. Let's do this, and one of these. And then I should be able to just strap a quantum rudder to this. Okay. I should only need like a few of these. Like so. And an XOR gate. But when I fire said missile, those turn on and toggle. And then I should be able to probably just make, that's 90-degree width? What? Huh. Why is like 180 90-degree? Okay. Whatever. But I should, oh yeah, I need TNT still. Scoot that forward. That, let's see. There should be a lot. I got this. That goes there, and then we're good. Then I'm also gonna just throw like some gimbals on it for some lift. Now overall, this might be better if I use the fancy new 2x3 panel. Wow. Then we'll also activate this into this. I'll probably need like 0.2. And all of these can go into that. Theoretically, if I just attach that to there and that to there, they probably need a little bit more strength. 3 maybe. Why is it instantly activating? Okay, so it's still backwards. We'll go in -1 input for some reason. And there we go. Now we have an ATGM. that will save, because I might actually use this somewhere. I'm just gonna throw it on a stick. I'm gonna get rid of the controls on dynamite so I don't blow up accidentally. Put this here. We're also gonna put these on left click. Toggle. Yeah, I think that. Oh yeah, I probably should. Oh god. Oh god. I think it's because the distance sensors are automatically activating, so they need one as well. That. And probably a 1 delay. That might make it work a little better. Yeah, that's how you can build a missile. So if I now throw a camera on this, put this on too. And it probably helps if I launch the missile first. Wait, why did I put these on 1? It's supposed to be on left click. There we go. Put this on left click. Alright, there we go. Missile. Okay, I set that way too far, holy. But we can go missile. I can aim the missile and do missile things. These gimbals are probably a little bit strong. Nope, maybe not. 0.3. So you really want it to just like hover. Be a little stronger. Perfect. And we're just gonna set this to like 180 width. So theoretically, I should be able to look exactly where I want and launch the missile. And it should go exactly where I'm aiming. Actually, I could probably just set the gyros to like 7 strength. And it probably works a little better. There we go. Now we have a missile. So if I aim at like this rock, it's probably not gonna turn in time. But it works. Okay, it works. You know what, we're just gonna set the strength to 10. Why not? Yeah, it does aim where you're looking, it's just, missile doesn't turn the greatest, but if I come over here and throw a thing down, now if we come back to the missile, I can put it this way, aim it, okay, aim it, there we go, aim it at the target. Yeah, missile. But it aims where you're looking, even if it takes a while. For some reason this one's like really slow. Or its turning's quite slow. I could try just doing, wait, no, trigger messes everything up. Measurements. Huh. It doesn't look like it wants to work, but it does, so whatever. But normalize will be your best option because the harder you look around, left, right, up, and down, the closer to center, the slower the missile turns, so that's smoother. So it'll probably work a little better, or at least for fine movements. For some reason it doesn't do this with servos. But there you go, you pretty much just got a terrible missile tutorial. I'm just gonna like check just to make sure. But if I do this, yeah, it doesn't blow up. But I think this after it sees something, it shouldn't take its full second to like realize it's looking at something. Maybe it does, I don't know. You can definitely use logic to make it work better for this, but this was simple. Took like 5 seconds. Anyways, yeah, it's a little showing of the aiming sensor. You got your width, so if you need 360 or just a tiny section, so you could have it so if you're aiming at a like precise location, it will activate the logic. And you have your direction, so you can change where exactly that is. And obviously your output, so you can change how much it outputs. Your delay, I think how long after you give it an input. Trigger is like anywhere inside the blue ring, or whatever your trigger zone is, activates. Measurement gives you the measurement, and normalized slows down it gives less output the closer you get to middle, and the farther away you get from middle. And trigger outside works anywhere except for your target zone. And you should know what everything else does, but pause, just her duration is how long it's active when given the button, and pause is how long until it resets after it gets its input and its duration is over. So it's pretty much just a better angle sensor because it's an angle sensor, but you get your camera controls where this little ball is. If you think about it, you get to control where this ball is on any axis. So that's pretty nice. And I think that's all. I might do another test for the next video. I might test out like what all the drag coefficient is for all the wedges and whatnot, but that would take quite a while. Or at least experiencing which of the new wedges is compared to the other wedges, which ones are faster, if the 1x4s are faster than the other ones or normal ones. Just in general. But well, I think that's it. So, thank you all for watching. See you next one. And remember, we're all Trailmakers.